Yo, this is Insane Poetry. You're listening to The Ground Wicked Radio with DJ Snickers and DJ Gonzo. What up? You can find me anywhere on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. On the gram, just holla at your boy, Insane Poetry, Insane Poetry.
Hey yo, what's going on, my fellow freaks and freak shows? It's your boy Chuckles here with my boy DJ Snickers, right here on Underground Wicked Radio, tearing shit up like motherfucking psychopath ass motherfuckers would do. I don't know why she saying fuck, because the fuck word is a goddamn beautiful word, goddamn it. And y'all need to say fuck more often. And get your bitch asses onto the goddamn Underground Wicked Radio before I show my goddamn size 13-foot-inch fucking boot up your ass until y'all get your shit straight. Yeah.
Sorry.
What up? This is Chucky Chuck. Don't give a mad fuck. Can we say that? Don't say fuck.
Fuck it all. Fuck it all.
This is Chucky Chuck. Don't give a mad fuck.
Fuck it all. Fuck it all.
You're listening to Underground Wicked Radio with DJ Snickers and DJ Gonzo. I'm gonna give up. I'm Gonzo. I'm being Google DJ, motherfucker. You know what it is.
This is Joey Black from the Allah Zoe Lou, the AXE, and you're listening to DJ Halloween Snicker Dick on Underground Wicked Radio. You can catch us at longliveevil.com. Congratulations, motherfucker! Right before you pull my tits out.
Yo, what up? It's Mug Sticky, and you are listening to Underground Wicked Radio with DJ Snickers, DJ Stars, and Easy 606. Oh, yeah, baby. Check me out on mugsticky.com, bitch.
Shit! What up? This is Token. You're listening to DJ Snickers and on Underground Wicked Radio right now. You can find me everywhere at /Token Hip Hop. That's Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, Snapchat. I got the meanest selfies in the game, so get at me, Token Hip Hop. Peace.
DJ Snickers. Is that DJ Snickers as in you're snickering, or as in the candy bar, or you're like sweet as fuck? Okay, DJ Snickers, be quiet for 1 second. Underground Wicked Radio in the motherfucking house. Shaggy Two Dope in this bitch. Big shouts to you and everybody listening, fam.
All right, Underground Wicked Radio.
What's going on, Jay?
Shit, it's going real good, man. I'm gonna give you a drop. I'm gonna give you a drop so you can use it. All you gotta do is sample it. Check it out. This is Violent J, and you're checking out Underground Wicked Radio. 2 Woods, bitch.
We're alive on Underground Wicked Radio with Loyal RM. I'm on. So, did you have other rap names before coming up with Loyal RM?
Just Loyal.
Just Loyal. Hell yeah.
The RM was added recently just for search engine reasons. If you try to search Loyal, you find Chris Brown.
Oh shit.
Chris Brown song. That's the only thing you're gonna find. You will never find me. So that's for reality music, which is what the RM is. That's always been a part of everything anyway. So it kind of just made sense to make it easier to find me. Now if you type that in, you will find the things I want you to see and the old stuff I probably don't want you to see.
I kind of want to see the old stuff now.
Well, yeah, feel free. Go, go
I like to see where artists improve.
Well, yeah, I still got people that let people hear stuff from old CDs where I'm like, why are you? No, like, don't stop letting people hear that shit. It's horrible.
Hell yeah! What do you got for a question, Jar?
If you had to describe yourself in just 3 words, no more, no less, what would they be?
Oh yeah.
Loyal, responsible, and reliable.
Hey, those are 3 great things to describe yourself as.
Hell yeah! So 10-year hiatus, and you are back. What inspired you to pick that mic back up?
So I had a close friend who was also an audio engineer and a contractor, and he built a studio in his house that was just like absolutely beautiful. And it kind of, I felt like obligated to make some music because it's also someone I was working with when I was still active. And it kind of just lured me back in. It was, you know, like every rapper's dream. Like I would have loved to have this studio back when I had that drive and I was hungry and just, you know, like that was life. So I felt like I kind of just wanted to dip my toe back in, and it ended up where it's at now. A lot's happened since then, but this project has almost not come out a few times.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad it did. I actually found you by accident. YouTube just started randomly playing, and you popped up, and I was like, I got to go to hold him for an interview.
Nice. That's what's up. And that was what? Same Old Me?
Yes, same old me. Yep.
It's a very personal song.
I'll have to talk about that. I'll probably end up pulling that music video up. Tell us about the song, man. That last one that you sent me. I want to play that one first.
The Back from the Dead?
Yes, Back from the Dead.
That is the title track to the album. I actually shot a whole video for that has not come out yet. It was the first thing that happened with this project. A bunch of money was put out, and then things just didn't work out. And I'm still, I do all my editing, so I still have stuff ready to go for the release. But like, I still have to get footage on it a year later to really do the big story I was trying to do. Like, you know, I'm trying to give everything like a cinematic appeal with the visuals for this project. Like everything is really high production value. Like that was the goal.
Hell yeah, man. That's the way to do it.
I actually rented out an insane asylum. Oh, well, you know, one that's closed down. I don't know if you ever heard of Penhurst in PA, but yeah, like it's, you know, it's an old asylum that they use for like haunted houses and stuff throughout.
Oh yeah.
You could rent it for like movie shoots or whatever. You know, there's actually been some big stuff that was done there, but that yeah, so the whole concept is kind of like I was the one that killed myself in my career, and like this is me coming, you know, I'm back from the dead. Like that version of me killed the creative version of me, and like that's kind of what the whole concept of the song and the video and everything is. And it's basically me crawling out of the grave, fighting my way, you know, that side of me being missed.
Everyone in chat, drop a comment. Let us know what you think of this song. We'll be right back after this. Loyal RM, Back from the Dead. Hell yeah, I cannot wait to get that into rotation.
That's badass.
Damn good song. So what do you got for a question, Jar?
Who would you say your biggest musical influences are, being, underground, mainstream, whatever it is? What
I always say my top 5 in no particular order would be DMX, Jadakiss, Nas, Big Pun, and Eminem.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, very nice. So that's good list.
I think if you really listen, you can kind of hear aspects of all of that in my music. From like I always try to have a story, but like, do it in a gritty way and be energetic. Like even the darker and sadder songs on this project have an energy. And I think that's kind of what that encompasses in them artists.
Oh yeah, I can definitely hear the influences in your music.
Oh yeah. All right, we'll be right back after this commercial. We're back.
For the people brought you bleach water. Feed it to your baby. In a world far, far away.
Way out there in space.
Right around the corner. Just up the street.
27.
2 men. 1 crack pipe. No money. On the journey of a lifetime.
We're gonna have to go on the journey of a lifetime.
This summer.
Damn, it's hot.
Mountains.
Why are we on this fucking mountain?
Bears. The liquor stop.
That ain't about treat, baby. Thank God treat.
Bad idea.
I'm sorry, kids, but your dad has cancer.
Trip.
This child did not give his dad cancer.
And John C.
Where is he?
We're
in a movie, dog.
Crackheads from Outer Space 12. More bears, more mountains, more crack. Still no money. Rated M for
So that's a new one I just said.
That's high production value right there.
Hell yeah.
I enjoyed that.
A lot more on my radio. You definitely got to tune in. I do. I try to make new ones every week to throw in the rotation. So being back in the music game, man, how would you go about doing a price for a collab for another artist that wants you on a song?
A price?
Yeah, a collab price.
Honestly, it's not even something I've really thought about yet. I kind of have always been more just inclined to work with people that I fuck with. Like if I'm a fan of what you're doing, you know what I mean? Like money's nice, but at the end of the day, like I really only want to be part of things that I actually want to be part of, to put it quite simply, you know.
Oh yeah.
There's I'm not saying, like you just kind of caught me off guard with that question, but yeah, like that's generally how I would approach it. Like I'm not worried about just like, yeah, give me such and such. And I take a lot of time with everything I write, every song I make, like is, I'll spend weeks sometimes if that's what's necessary to get the song written the way I, am trying to accomplish it. So
yeah.
I'm not that dude that's just got like 200 raps ready to go in my back pocket and just start, I not anymore anyway. Maybe 15 years ago, but at this point, everything is very calculated.
Oh yeah.
I still have a full-time job, so this has to work around that. That's what's paying for everything when it comes down to it.
Hell yeah. We got JR.
If you could collaborate with any artist, living or dead, who would you pick? And I mean, it might end up with one of the answers from the last one, but
not necessarily, because like I like mixing genres.
Yeah.
So I think now that I never really thought about it, but like in the moment, like I feel like Chester Benningfield from Lincoln Park. Yeah, don't mind me. I just
I'd be interested to see what you guys could come up with.
I love mashing up. One of my another influence is like classical music, because I make a lot of my beats too. So like I like to fuse that classical aggressive side, and then you get the hip hop drums and just take these different sounds and mash them together. Kind of, which is what Linkin Park was to begin with, was a mashup to like. So yeah, Off the top of my head, I think that would be dope.
So what's your thoughts on the new singer?
I feel like right off the bat, I hated it.
Mhm.
And now, like, because I listened to a station called WMMR up here, and that's kind of like the big rock station. And it's constantly on, and like, I don't know, it's growing on me.
Yeah, they're
I don't think
newer
it's her.
stuff.
I just think it's the fact that it's different.
Mhm.
So right off the bat, you're like, it's not, it's not the same. Like, yeah, it's not going to be the same, but that doesn't mean it's not good.
Yep.
You kind of got to be open.
We'll be right back after this commercial.
Well, let me tell you something there, Mean Gene. Hulkamania's running wild, and I'm listening to Underground Wicked Radio, dude. The 24-inch pythons are running wild to DJ Snickers. What you gonna do, brother? Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Old Hulk, huh? Was that before or after the tape?
Probably before. You watch wrestling, bro?
Not like recently.
Oh, bro, you missed it. Hulk Hogan got booed right out of the stadium.
He did.
He ain't coming back. He got caught in some mad lies, bro.
Yeah.
I noticed over the years just working with various artists that like hip hop and wrestling, definitely like a lot of people who are into hip hop also have a passion for wrestling. And I think it's just, and comic books is another one that kind of mashes into that. We're like, I think people are just drawn to characters.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, you know what I mean? Like those personas, like within those, I could see how all of that is very similar, even as different as it is. Like there's a lot in common for sure.
Yes, there is. So being back in the underground scene, man, how you been navigating the online social experience? Like, how are you?
It's different for sure.
Yeah.
But I have a nephew who's I think 20, I want to say 19 or 20, but he kind of also after shit fell through with this project, he was the one that kind of kept pushing me. He came out of the blue and like showed me I have an album on Spotify and like all the streaming sites, like a full like 15. And I was, where the hell did this come from? He's like, well, I don't want you to hear anything because it sucked. Like, it wasn't good enough yet, blah, blah, blah. So he finally felt like he could reveal this to me. And then he kind of slowly like dragged me to the studio, and I finally went with him one day. And it was kind of like, it was a little ghetto, like the spot that he took me to. But then the engineer who's like 24 years old, who I'm currently working with, like watching him work and record, I was like, wow, this kid knows what the hell he's doing. Like I was impressed. Like aesthetically, his sound, the sound he was getting in the building I walked into didn't match. Like, you know what I mean? Like right off the bat, I was like, this is going to be ass. And then like, I was very impressed. And like, they redid everything now. Like they got these beautiful new studios. And like, that's where I'm still currently working at. And so I got hooked back up. My nephew kind of set all that up. But he's been teaching me how to navigate this new online world and what works and what doesn't.
Hell yeah. So what you got, JR?
So every artist has got their own flavor. What sets Loyal RM apart from the rest of the underground? What makes you you?
I think, as I said earlier, everything at this point is very calculated. I don't like I did battling for a couple years over the last decade. Like it's been 5 or 6 years since that, but like it opened up my eyes to a lot of stuff, and then a lot of what I was writing in the past and what a lot of people write in general it's filler. They're just words that rhyme. They're just there to get to the next point. You know what I mean? And like I've made it a mission to not write any filler on any songs, anything. Like everything is very, if you really break it down, like there's like 6-7 syllables all, mixed in, but it's a double entendre. And like I really try to take the writing to a whole new level and not just make music, but like make music that like I'm trying to impress myself, really. At the end of the day, you should be your own biggest critic.
I feel that. I definitely feel that.
And I feel like if you can't look back every so often and be like, damn, like I wasn't as good as I thought I was, then like you're not making any progress. Oh, yeah. And that should always be be better than you were yesterday. Like that's it.
All right, we're gonna cut over to your song, Bigger Plans. Tell us about this one.
I think if you listen to the song, it's pretty self-explanatory and like the attitude behind it. It's just like, I used to I used to want that life of being like famous and everybody knowing who I am. And now, like, I don't even know if I can handle fame. Like, I'm such an introvert and just like I'm in the cave when I'm not at work. I'm at home, like here. So
I think Corona did that to most of us, bro.
So I worked through the entire thing. My industry in our state was considered, whatever. So like, Corona really didn't affect my schedule. I never stopped going to work. It was like ghost town driving.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I miss for sure. I miss COVID traffic. It was
nice.
Yes, it was. I was medical, so I had to work.
I was essential too. I worked for some rich people.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
I put in peers. I don't know how that was essential.
I'm old.
They had to have
Our
lake
biggest thing we
access.
make is markers in my job, Sharpie markers. Like that's one of the biggest products. Like we're essential because we're under plastics, whatever. It was just the plastics. It had nothing to do with what you're actually making. So like,
I made plastic medical equipment for surgery.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back after this. Loyal, if you're playing, drop some comments. Let us know what you think of the song. Oh yeah, we'll be right back. Have any thoughts?
That's great. So this new project has 3 skits that are like all interconnected. It's like an ongoing story throughout the album, but it's all comedy. Like I come off overly serious sometimes, like in my songs and my videos. Like people always just think like, he looks like he'd be a dick. And like so I always try to inject comedy wherever I can to like make it like, nah, dude, like it's not that serious. Like it's you're reading too much into it. Like I can assure you, I'm not angry, I'm not mean, I'm not whatever. I'm chilling, like I'm happy.
So, how long has it been since you played a live show, homie?
Probably about a decade at this point, honestly.
Hell yeah! Now, do you plan on getting back to performing?
I would love to, but the scene is very different now in Philadelphia. I can't speak for everywhere else, but like there's not a lot of it going on aside from like bigger venues where you really have to be able to bring some numbers out to even be able to, do anything.
I can hook you up. I got homies out there. I got Dirty, the Real Mike MC. Nuclear Dysfunction lives in PA. They all play shows out there. And then I'll get you.
Yeah, no, I would definitely be at least within the circle that I'm used to dealing with. You know what I mean? Obvious, there's other worlds that I'm not a part of. So I'd be down for sure to check that out.
Hell yeah! What you got, Jer?
What's your biggest inspiration behind your lyrics?
Life, reality. That's the whole concept of the reality music. Like, and it's funny. I came up with that concept a long time ago, but it's really more recently where I've been 100% true to the concept of reality. Like, there's nothing on this new project that is not my life. You know what I mean? One way or another, like maybe exaggerated for comedy or for whatever reasons or mixed, but like it's all real source material. And I think that's important. It is entertainment, but at the same time, if you want people to connect, then you have to give them something real,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. We'll be right back after this commercial. Then we got to do a radio drop. We're going to put him on the spot.
Nice.
We'll be right back.
Hi there. Is this thing on? Okay. Oh, this is Hank Hill, from Strickland Propane and, King of the Hill. And, I just wanted to tell you that Alamo beer is the goddamn greatest beer on the planet. And I'm always drinking my goddamn, Alamo when I'm listening to Underground Wicked Radio with that damn, DJ Snickers and, yeah, that's it. So make sure you tune in, because there's some fine American boys. All right, then.
So, Loyal RM, I'm going to have you do a radio drop. I'm going to have you say, this is Loyal RM. You're listening to DJ Snickers on Underground Wicked Radio. And then I want you to say social media links where people can find you. This will play before all your songs in the rotation.
Is my audio decent? Like, do
yes,
I sound all right to you guys?
Perfect. Okay. Say whatever the fuck else you want to after. Go for it.
All right. Underground Wicked Radio. All right. Yo, what's up? You're listening to Loyal RM, and I'm here with Underground Wicked Radio. Tune in. You can find me at Loyal Reality Music on Instagram and Loyal RM on Facebook, Loyal Reality Music on TikTok, Delivery Room Productions on Instagram. That's my audio visual side, everything I do. That's about it. I don't know. Was that good? Was that all right? You want another one?
Nope, that works. Yeah. We got to do a video reaction. I'm trying to think who to play tonight. Have you ever listened to Falling in Reverse?
I've heard the name. I don't think so.
Let's do a video reaction. I got a perfect one. Do you want to take a question, Jared, while I'm pulling this up?
Sure. A lot of underground heads grind hard with no label backing. What's your take on staying independent versus, signing with a record? And
I mean, me personally, I like to be very hands-on and kind of completely creatively in control. So I think being independent is very important. And that's, I mean, I've never had any backing. Everything I've ever done was been, for the most part, a one-man team, which is kind of why I got burned out to begin with. But I think it's important to keep control, or at least a very large percent of your control.
That's why I mix and master all my own stuff. So I completely understand where you're coming from.
Okay, let's pull this up. Man, what does your immediate family think of your music and now that you've gotten back into it? Are they glad?
Both of my parents, unfortunately, have passed at this point.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And then my wife is just kind of, it's, since we've been together, it's been a part of her world one way or another. So she's kind of just like over it. She's very supportive at the same time, but like at this point, it's not. Yeah, she's like, "Oh, you're doing that again? Okay, what's new?"
Oh, hell yeah, that's good.
Even when I wasn't doing it, I've always been making beats and just at least messing around. You know what I mean? Not necessarily for any reason, but like yeah, I kind of always
Party.
come back to music at the end of the day.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll be right back after this. I want to get your reaction after the song. Fall in Reverse, Ronald. Yep. So, what's your honest opinion, Loyal RM?
Right off the gate, that video was amazing. I'm a big gamer, and it started off with that first-person shooter pointed like that. Yeah, that whole thing was the budget on that must have been crazy. That, yeah, and then I was not expecting tech to pop up. That was a cool little like it's a little heavier than what I would typically listen to, but no, I like it. I like it a lot actually.
Hell yeah, bro. Ronnie has been doing some crazy fucking videos the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, that really I was impressed with the visuals there for sure.
All right, we got
that looks better than Marvel. Like Marvel's struggling
Yeah.
at this point. Like that's crazy.
Bro, you should see his other one he just dropped. I can't remember the name of it, but they all go in order. They're like a story. I swear to God, that guy could make a movie. So tell us about your song Payback before we cut over to it.
It's about karma. And I'm a big, believer in that in real life. Like I think that like you might get away with whatever for a while, a long time even, but like everything's gonna come back eventually. So I try to put good out. That's it. Like, I do believe the kind of person you are will come back to either haunt you or reward you later.
Hell yeah. We'll be right back after this. Loyal Payback. Hell yeah, bro. I fucking love how you mixed that one.
That was fire.
So that song is one that seems to resonate a little bit more with the younger crowd. From what I understand, it's the beat and just the way I switch the flow back and forth on that. Like it just has more of I got a couple younger kids that I've let listen to it just to get their, I want to hear their feedback. Like how does this appeal? Blah, blah, blah. Like what stands out? I'm trying to kind of look for patterns, but this is one that has kind of gone over well with everybody.
So Pondfish in chat wants to know if you actually played the piano through that beat.
I did see that. So that beat was made by the engineer I was working with on the first half of this album. On the original version of that beat, that piano was a sample. The piano on the version that you just heard is me playing the piano. It's a simple little just 3-note. It's nothing crazy. It sounds more complicated than it is really, but
still dope.
Yeah. On that final version, that is me playing that. That's the only part of that beat I did was that little piano.
Hell yeah! All right, we'll be right back after another Underground Wicked Radio commercial.
Coochie oven deodorizing yeast biosticks. Cooch is for C, the O is for oven, the D is for deodorizing, the Y for yeast, and of course B for biostick. This is Cody B's new solution for women. This new age paper made from phone books gathering ass dust in your desk and stuffed with the softest flush toilet paper he could find. Women now praise his name.
I need something dependable.
Cody B's BioSticks.
Perfect for when tiny eggs come pouring out of my vagina covered in blood, and I need something to scoop them up to put back inside my body so that I can have babies.
He has been stuffing women's cracks for years. All sizes to get one that fits all.
The Dick Jagger, the Ouch Couch, iPhone Charger, the Baby Brainstormers, Conference Room, Baby Gaga, Destiny's Child, Upper Side Third Wheel, Red Rash and Beyond, Badge of Courage, Speaker of the House, Harry Potter, or the Chamber of Secrets, or the Chamber of Secret, Pocketbook, Bounce House, a Crock Pot, Lucy No Balls, the Agro Badge, the Gecko Craig, Fraser Cooter, Penn State University, the Great Barrier Reef, Clint Eastwood, Wow, Hillary Clinton, Princess Harry, Harry Olden Cummore, Harold and Kumar, White Castle, Easy Fake Owen, Christina Aguilera, Roast Beef Sandwich, the Petting Zoo, Please Judge Museum, a Dick Donald Happy Meal, Puss in Coots, Vigilante, Tampon Casket, Eureka Franklin, Egg Garden, Egg Dick Muffin, Pie Master, Cry Master, Die Master, Lie Master, Remember the Tight Ones, Spy Cloud, Trader Joe's, I don't own a gun, but I do own a revolver, Mr. Child's Wild Ride, Fuller House, Uncle Messy, The Surgeon Genital, Harry Jenner's Lips Kid, Krampus, Tooth Processor, The Pink Power Ranger, Pink Pikachu, Jay Puff, a Pokey Spot, a Pokey Stop, Subscription Box, Snooki Jar, Shack Toe, Camel Toe.
My God, man, that's a lot of smelly holes to get this patent right. Coochie Oven Deodorizing BioSticks are brought to you by Underground Wicked Radio. So grab your Cody B's today.
Cody B's BioSticks
are only $10.99. Now, Cody B's BioSticks includes a DVD demonstrating how he went through this journey to get the right patent and a demonstration on how to properly insert the Coochie Oven Deodorizing Yeast BioSticks.
Jesus Christ.
So wait, that's all you? Oh, these are you? Just you?
Just me. Yeah.
No, I thought that I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, I would love to have you on a skit. Honestly,
Hell yeah, I do.
I love it. It's great.
Hell yeah, I'll do one for you. I've done a few for a couple other.
If you want a feature, we can do a feature for a skit.
Feature.
Fuck yeah.
I'm always down for bartering as well.
I've done some for J Horror. Noise 13 actually hit me up, wants me to do one for him, and then I did another one for another artist back in the day that went by Sinister LM out of the UK. I don't think he's still making music anymore. All right, back to a couple questions. What do you got, JR?
So the underground scene is not for the weak. What's the hardest struggle you faced as an independent artist, and how did you push through that struggle?
Well, I think you asked me a question earlier, you know, what makes you stand out. I think having that aspect matters for sure, something that sets you apart from everybody. You have to have tough skin. You got to be ready to have a lot of people tell you that you ain't shit, that you're not blah, 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 which, I mean, sometimes they're right and it'll make you better in the long run. But, yeah, it's that you can't really worry about what other people are thinking. You just have to, you know, keep your eye on whatever your target is and keep moving. And at the end of the day, like, try to enjoy it and not let it turn into a job you're not getting paid for. That's kind of what was part of what killed it for me to, you know, initially.
Mm-hmm. So how do you go about managing your music and your family time with social life too, as well as getting on, promoting yourself?
My wife is cool as could be, just plain and simple. Like, you know, something I've always required to be happy is a lot of personal space and just time to be, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is the man cave I'm in right now, you know, like this is my territory. I think that's important to have, like, you know, just have space in whatever environment you're, whatever the relationship is, like, you know, and you have to be understanding and let people have space. And, you know, you have to be able to be happy by yourself too.
Yes.
I think that's something a lot of people struggle with. Like,
hell yeah. All right. We got one more commercial I just made for Kincaid. part of the label that I'm Sinister Minded Music, the artist over there. This one's called Kincaid's Pasta Fish Dish commercial. We'll be right back.
Kincaid's Fish Filleted Pasta Dish. The newest and creamiest, tastiest shit. Just add 3 cloves of your girl's tips off her nips. But make sure to let that shit sizzle. Then slowly pour in 1 can of your Pop's sauce from last year's corn drip bread from your mother's lovely lady downstairs dreads. And don't worry about the hair, it will slowly dissolve. Once these are mixed, then add in 2 chicken peckers slowly cooked in the sauce till lightly browned on both sides. And here comes the best part. Kincaid's creamiest, tastiest shit. 1 teaspoon of sweat from your grandma's ass crack and 2 teaspoons of nutsack spread from your old lady's butt crack. Cut up some onion and sprinkle some Parmesan cheese. Bake in the oven at 350. Kincaid's Fish Filleted Pasta Dish has no fucking fish, but it is the creamiest, tastiest shit. Brought to you by Underground Wicked Radio. Kincaid himself says this is definitely his favorite fucking dish.
Wow.
Oh shit. Shovel's probably over here like, wait, what? Yep, I knew it. I was waiting for that comment. Yeah, I got a weird mind, Shovel. If you've listened to the radio, you would know. Oh hell. All right, so man, if you could meet any artist alive or dead, who would it be and why?
Now, this is a situation where I think DMX would have been pretty wild to interact with, for sure. Like that, and that's someone I take a lot. You know, you hear a lot of the songs, like I'm yelling shit in the background and just my little intros and just like that's a lot of that just random like, what? Suck my dick. Like I think DMX would have been a wild ass dude to hang out with. Whether it would have ended as a good night or a bad night, I don't know. But like, yeah, I think that's somebody that is a character for sure, but was like a real life character. Like that was him.
Hell yeah. What you got, JR?
You ever have a moment at a show or in a studio knew like, damn, this is why I do this? And tell me about it if you have.
You kind of froze there.
Like when it was, like,
did you see that too?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, you're
Sorry,
saying like, did I
sorry.
ever have a moment like this is why I do this?
Yeah, like one of those like just like it feels
so
good. This is
back in 2012, I want to say I performed out at South by Southwest, and we actually ended up. I was on a show. I was the only hip hop act on like a rock show, but I had to have a live band. So the person who set this up hooked me up with this live band. They learned like 20 of my songs in like a day. We went to the recording studio or the rehearsed, and they were crazy. And we performed and like we stole the show and like they were shouting encore. It was one of the things, and it was a rooftop bar in Texas in the middle, spring. Like it was just like, holy shit, this is amazing. Yeah, that for sure. They the owner came over and pulled us over to the VIP, and then like we had to leave like an hour later to get on the Greyhound to go home. It sucked. It was like we got pulled out like, oh, this is great. Oh shit, yeah, that's right. I got tickets to go home now. I got work in 2 days.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
You snap back to reality.
So JR, have you heard the Satanic commercial I made for him? You know who Satanic is, right?
Yeah, I don't think I have.
You have, or you have?
I don't think so.
Oh, bro, he wants to put this on a CD. I guess I'll play one more commercial. I had pulled over. There's a guy I know you've been out of the music scene. He goes by. He used to run SKR. There was Razakel, Tapeworm, and Satanic. I made this one for him because he worships the devil.
Okay.
And but his music's so freaking good though. and you'll see why. I'll play this, and we'll have one more commercial, and then I got a couple final questions for Loyal RM.
Aw, it's a beautiful day. I call it perfect, but I'm missing something. Don't you think? Aw.
Yeah.
Hey, it's quality content.
Yeah.
You sure I'm gonna do you shit, man? I got a twisted mind. Oh man. Just give me a couple of songs that you're putting on the CD, and I'd come up with something. All right, so Loyal RM, man. Anything we haven't covered on the this damn cold covered on the interview that you wanted to talk about?
I kind of saw. Were we doing Same Old Me?
Yes, the music.
I kind of expected you to pull that joint up.
Yes. While I'm doing that, did you have any more questions, JR?
Yeah, I think I have one more. So music's always evolving. Where do you see your sound going in the next few years? And do you have any surprises in store or any big plans?
Not in store, but I kind of just go with the flow. Whatever happens, this is the type of deal where I get introduced to new people, and then you never know what's going to come from that. So that's where I don't like to lock anything in because I don't think that it's just ridiculous because you don't know what life is going to throw you. So I like to loosely plan for the future and deal with it when you get there.
Hell yeah. We're going to play Loyal RM, The Same Old Me. This is the song that made me hit him up for the interview. So you guys let me know in chat what you think. We'll be right back. Forgot I muted my mic so I wouldn't cough during that. Hell yeah, man. So tell us about that song, because I know you got meaning behind that one.
I mean, addiction has been part of my life, my entire life, whether directly me or just everybody else around me. That had nothing to do with me stopping the music, but I've been good since probably like 2006, 7.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's just my whole life has revolved around that one way or another, or been affected by it, at very least. And yeah, that video shoot was freezing.
I can tell.
I purposely underdressed, and like I actually had a little bit of makeup on to make me look more strung out, and just I let my hair grow out for like 2 months, and like we were waiting for the snow. We waited until it snowed to shoot everything, and we did it on 2 different days, and it was kind of one of them things that just worked out for once.
So what?
Typically things go wrong. That was the one time things just went smooth.
Hell yeah, bro. So what's the weather like there in PA right now?
Today was actually pretty nice. It snowed the past couple days though, but
Yeah,
nothing like that picture you showed me. Like, so when I was locked up in like 2005, 6, I ended up in Albion, Pennsylvania, which is like right at the Great Lakes. It's as far northwest as you can be in PA, and they had that lake effect snow. And it snowed like what seemed like 9 months out of the year. It was crazy, or like at least 7, but like it would get up to the top of the windows, and like they had people shoveling 24. It was crazy.
8 to 9 feet.
Nothing like that here. Like we've had some pretty mild winters for the most part.
We
for a while.
ended up with 5 feet of snow that day. That picture I sent you.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, we had a couple big blizzards back in the 90s, but we really haven't had anything major for a long time.
Oh yeah. All right. So, did you enjoy your interview on Underground Wicked Radio, and would you come back?
Yeah, and I think I want to do that drop one more time. I don't like the drop I did. I've been sitting here thinking about. I'm a perfectionist. I'm like, I didn't like that one. So before we go, it was a good time for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, like I was serious about the skit thing. So I know you mentioned talking about a feature. So we'll talk more anyway. Either way, but
hell yeah, go for it.
Yo, it's Loyal RM. You're listening to Underground Wicked. Yo, it's Loyal. Damn it. Yo, it's Loyal RM. You're listening to Underground Wicked Radio. Stay tuned.
Oh yeah, your links.
I've been drinking a little bit and smoking a little bit.
Don't worry, man. I've messed up.
It's my Saturday night.
I've messed up in drops, and I forgot my freaking old DJ name. I left it in there.
There's been the worst is when it happens on stage when you kind of just blank out, or that's happened to me before. Luckily, I've always had a good hype man who knows my music better than I do, who was ready to catch me, and in them live situations. It's been a while, but
JR, I actually had wanted to play your song for him, and I'm having trouble finding it.
If you want, I can send you the link over real quick.
Yeah. I just wish I would have had time to download it so the quality would have been a little better for him.
Yeah. Oh shit! Damn, I should have just. What do you prefer? YouTube, Spotify?
YouTube. Actually, I think I just found it.
Did you? Okay. I was copying it on my computer, and then I realized I'm not even logged into Messenger. So.
Video not found.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was the link you had originally sent me.
So that guitar on the Same Old Me, you would think that was like guitar, right?
Yeah.
It sounded legit. Like that was me playing the keyboard.
No shit, bro.
So I've invested a lot of money into like high-end sound libraries. They're like basically they're real instruments sampled note by note, articulation by, and they use these algorithms to make it sound like real finger. It's crazy the shit that they have nowadays. But yeah, that's just me playing the keyboard.
Yeah, I used to dabble around with FL Studios, and I had the FL Studio pad.
That's what I started with. Like that was my first thing I ever had.
And it's crazy the samples they have on there that actually sound. You can download plugs that are electric guitar amps, all kinds of different ones.
Yeah, it's the actual instrument. Like it's not synthesized. They sample it note by note, and it's just instead of you plucking the string, you're hitting the key to get the same effect.
Hell yeah. So this song here is actually JR. This is his first time co-hosting. He's killed it tonight, by the way, homie. Damn good question.
I assumed you were a regular.
No, I've never interviewed anybody. This is my first time.
Being an artist, I figured he'd have some good questions. So I want to get your honest opinion of his song, and we'll be right back after this. I just need a win featuring Gabriel Trill. Hopefully.
So you were the hook and I guess the first verse?
No, second. I wasn't. The Darby was the hook in the first verse.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, the friggin' the overall. I love the feel. It's funny. The feel almost. I don't know why, but it's got like a smoker vibe for sure. But like it makes me think of Smoking Wet. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but like just that it just gives me like that.
That's
it's been a long time since I've done any of that, but like that's what it kind of the vibe it gave me. No, I like it. Am I missing the low end? Is that what I'm not hearing?
Yeah, and it's because
like,
of
it kind of sounds like telephonish.
It was the quality.
Okay, right.
Yeah. I hate doing that. That's why I doubt when you sent me your songs on the email, I can actually pull them over.
I'm big on like I hate when people don't hear the whole thing for whatever reason. You're missing like now you're missing whole frequencies of the song. Like it's not the same. Like okay, I figured so. But yeah, no, I like it.
Hell yeah,
I appreciate it.
The vibe of the hook and everything was very like laid back for sure. Like just like it just makes me think of friggin'.
And Darby Trill is actually a bigger feature in the Juggalo underground scene.
Yeah. And I mean, Devereaux producing too, the producer, and he's a big fan of 3-6 Mafia. So I asked for kind of that Memphis feel.
I feel like that's a pretty good representation of
Hell yeah! All right, we're gonna hop off here. JR, thank you for getting on. You killed it, homie.
Hey, thanks for having me
on again.
Yeah, nice to meet
you.
You too.
Loyal RM, thank you for taking the time getting on the interview. How many interviews have you done, homie?
Only a handful, honestly, over the years.
Yeah, you killed it. I've had people get on here and say 3 or 4 words to questions. Pretty boring interviews. I think everyone in chat, thank you for getting on. I will be back next Friday night with Nevik. He's just dropped a bunch of new songs, so we'll have him on. All right, everyone, have a good night. This underground.
Stay tuned. The new album will probably be out in about a month, so that's what I'm aiming at. I'm getting to that point where I'm getting ready to set the date. So hard
copies, right? I love hard copies.
Well,
maybe
it's in the maybe we'll see how the response is.
Hell yeah!
I'm getting T-shirts made though. That's a sure.
Oh, you guys need to go check out Precious Juggalos on YouTube. He paints. Do you know what Precious Moments are? The statues.
Yes.
He paints those and he jugglotizes them.
Is that the dude from Fallout? But like with the
yeah, he does.
I thought so.
He does them live on YouTube.
All right, that's dope.
It's a pretty cool guy. So make sure you guys go over there, like his channel, sub. All right, we're gonna hop off here. Everyone have a good night. I'll be back next Friday. Woo woo.
All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Good interview, homie.